Thank you for joining us as we discuss how to assess the impact of the coronavirus on your supply chain. I'm Stuart McCallum, an advisory partner with HHM. Joining me is John Eves, our manufacturing subject matter expert. Over a series of videos, we will discuss the current state of supply chains, how to assess your supply chain, and how to determine your ability to effectively reboot. In this video, we will discuss performing a preliminary wellness check on your supply chain.
For many of us, our supply chains aren't just broken, they're entirely gone, especially if you rely upon overseas vendors. In the first 2 months of 2020, more than 240,000 companies in China filed for bankruptcy. This encapsulates everything from raw inputs to chemicals to textiles to circuitry. Regardless of your end product, there is a large probability that at least some piece of your Chinese supply chain has been disrupted or entirely terminated.
Our first recommendation in the path to assessing your ability to reopen is to contact your suppliers. Have a conversation that allows you to start to create a map of their capabilities. Considering the extent of the damage to the global economy, when we say your suppliers, we actually mean the whole supply chain. A disruption at any level reverberates through your supply chain. In terms of questions, for the sake of this video and these purposes, we will focus on the existential. That is, do they exist? Are they under a shutdown order? And will they have the capital to produce my order? I one time talked to an automotive supplier for exotic cars who needed to wait until their end user sold a car for that manufacturer to have money to buy the next order of parts. So will your supplier have the financial capital to produce an order, or will they need prepayment of some sort from you to start that order? And how do you make sure that that prepayment is going toward your order and not the production of somebody else's? This line of questions should be pushed down to the bottom of your supply chain in order to assess whether you have a chain or if you simply have a few links. And this should go tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, all the way down to the bottom of your supply chain. In some cases, one or more links in your supply chain may not exist anymore. The first tier suppliers is easiest to assess. You might already talk to them every day. It is those secondary, tertiary, and lower tiers of suppliers that could disrupt your company's relaunch without your knowledge. This is especially true if you have intermediary suppliers that have some leftover inputs or inventory from which to immediately draw to start production. You and they won't necessarily know there is true supply challenge until each tier of that supply chain has issued their first replenishment order.
There are many nuances to consider when performing an initial assessment of your post-coronavirus supply chain. In later videos, we will detail deeper analysis that is required to understand the state of your organization's suppliers. If you have questions or concerns about your supply chain or manufacturing process improvements, please feel free to reach out to us at any time.